Welcome to Jen Cares Live Talks powered by Swag Her Magazine and Chosen Counselors, the show that brings the community to you Mondays at 8 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube. Here we engage in tough talks and meaningful conversations, featuring guests that help us stay in the know. If you're watching on Facebook, be sure to like and follow our page. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to never miss a show. Now, here's your host, Jen Cares.
Well, welcome to Jen Cares Live Talks, powered by Swag Her Magazine and Chosen Counselors. I am your host, Jen Cares, and the founder of Chosen Counselors, a nonprofit organization that seeks to inspire, motivate, empower, and strengthen individuals and families. So here at Jen Cares, we specialize in bringing the community to you. We love tough talks and meaningful conversations. So we thank you all for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and share. Oh my goodness, friends. I am so excited for tonight's episode. I had the pleasure of meeting Che as he was a speaker at a service I went to, and he talked about being an overcomer of debt. And we don't ever want to hear about money, but it inspired me to get back to doing this, talking to you and bringing a community to you. And as I heard him telling his story, I was like, this needs to be a conversation for the world to hear. Services people need to get connected to. So I'm honored to have him as our first official guest for the reboot. So help me welcome the amazing Che Willis. Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Hello, how are you? Sorry. You know, my producing skills be good and bad at the same time, but here we go. How you doing?
It's all good. We here. We here, Jen. Let's go. How you doing? I'm doing well. Thanks for asking.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Yes, I am very excited for us to be here on tonight. We're going to share some things. I thought of the theme paycheck to paycheck, but I do realize that we'll talk about a gazillion different things that goes with that, and we're going to get right into it.
That sounds good. Let's get it. I'm ready.
Cool. All right. So here at Jen Cares, we always start with a quote of the day, and today's quote of the day is, "You must gain control over your money, or the lack of it will forever control you." Dave Ramsey. Again, you must gain control over your money, or the lack of it will forever control you. What are your thoughts on that quote?
I agree. I think that we have to get control over our money, like he said, or your money is going to eventually end up controlling you, or situations are going to end up controlling you. And I think the faster we get to controlling our money and not thinking that we just have to make a lot of money, then the better off we'll be. And we'll get into a little bit more. But yes, I agree.
That right there, because we think we got to make enough money. Because we're not making enough money, we think we can't. We're trying to make $1.15 and feel like we're struggling.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
So I'm excited. We're about to get into our business. I like to have a notepad and a pen, so I'm gonna take my notes. So I can also work to do better as well, because I can't share it with others and not apply it to myself. I would say be nice, but I actually want you just to be honest with us, right?
I will be as nice and as honest as I possibly can without having people boo me. Okay, we don't want that to happen.
Gotcha. Safe please. Okay. Yes. So, friends, as always, I have prepared some questions to guide tonight's conversation. But if you have any questions, be sure to drop a comment down below because it's about to get good. So, my first question is testimony time, right? In church, they do testimony. Tell us a little bit about yourself and the journey that led you to where you are today.
All right, so I'm going to try to keep this as brief as possible. So, again, my name is Che Willis. I went to Lower Marion High School, a small town called Ardmore, Pennsylvania, right outside of West Philadelphia. I saw where I was going to school. I saw abundance. When I came back home, not necessarily abundance. We had love. We had caring. We took care of one another, but financially, there wasn't a lot of abundance. But so I always wanted more, right? So I was sharing a room with family members, things of that nature, probably like a lot of us were doing when we were growing up. But I always saw more for myself, but I wasn't necessarily understanding on how to get there. So one thing that I took away from my grandparents, that's who I live with, my mom and dad, they lived in West Philadelphia. I stayed in Ardmore because the school system was better there. So my grandparents taught me how to save money. So that was the bare minimum of what I knew. And then I also knew that anything I wanted, I was going to have to work for it. So nobody was going to come and save me. So I had to save my money for my first car. And when I saved my money for my first car, I was 14 years old, and I knew that I wanted a car by the time I was 16. So I was like, okay, well, if I want the car, I'm going to have to save for it. So I started working at 14 to buy the car when I was 16. And then that gave me the belief and the hope that when I graduated from college, I graduated from Cheney University. See you, stand up, let's go. And that gave me the belief and the hope that I could have a down payment for my first house. 21, I graduated college. And then when I was 23, I had my down payment for my first house. I bought my first house at 23. And then that set me on a path to believe that I could do anything that I put my mind to. So that's what got me on my journey.
I can do anything I put my mind to. Set a goal at 14, right? Sometimes that's not anything we're thinking of. We're thinking of everything but the next, right? But to have your mindset of let me get this job, and then to be diligent to save money up until 16 to get that car, to then have it wear a house at 23. Okay.
Yeah.
So friends, we know he know what he's talking about. He's lived this thing. It's in his blood. Okay. Yeah. So in this, you are now a financial planner. How did you get into that field? What made you do that? Was it from being 14 and seeing that you could do it, or was it something that changed? What was the light bulb that said?
That's a whole nother story. But I'm gonna try to keep this story as brief as possible. So during the pandemic, I'm gonna be jumping around a little bit. During the pandemic, I believe that was like the financial revolution. You had Wall Street Trapper, you had Earn Your Leisure, you had all those guys, and I used to get excited watching them because up until that point, my wife and I, we were investors. So we had real estate, a little bit in the stock market, but not too heavy. And I got excited about it. And then I started talking to my friends and my family about it because I'm like, yo, this is amazing information that they're giving out, whatever. And they were not getting as excited as I was about it. And I was talking about investing. I was talking about all the different things that they were talking about. And I'm like, well, why are they not getting excited? And then I'm thinking about myself because they're not investing. But why are they not investing? They're investing because they don't have the money to invest, or that's just not their mindset to think building wealth. And so from that point on, from like 2020 to 2021 timeframe, I was on a crusade to talk to them about budgeting. And that's the way you get money. You reduce your expenses, and then you'll have money to do the cool things that you want to do. And that's how my wife and I got on the path to build wealth. So I started posting on Instagram. You can fact check this. You can go to my Instagram at che.willis, and you'll see I've been doing free budget classes for my family and then friends whoever would listen, like, hey, this is how you budget your money and things of that nature. And then I turned it into a business where I'm just showing you how to budget. And if you are a beginner investor, different tips and tricks, things that I went through as a beginner investor, pulling my money out when the market's red, different things of that nature. And I started showing other people how to do it and showing you that somebody who looks like you can build wealth as well. It's just going to be a little bit different than you're used to, because people are thinking, oh, I got to make a lot of money. And then I'm going to invest it in things of that nature. But no, if you reduce your expenses, you'll have a lot of money and not have to kill yourself making it. And I think a lot of people discount that.
Yes. You are gathering us together already. You said so many things. Let me recap some of these things. The coolness was that you and your wife were investors. Right.
Yes.
And oftentimes you're hearing couples, one is the spender, one is the saver. But for you both to be investors, how beneficial was that for you to be on that same page so early?
Now,
were you on the same page?
Thank you. Yeah, because I was going to say, like, I was always a saver. My wife was a spender.
Okay.
And we didn't always have our finances combined. So we knew that we wanted wealth, but we just didn't necessarily go about it the right way in the very beginning. So we did have to have some conversations around how we were going to budget our money together. Once we finally got that together, because the first 10 years of our marriage, we did not combine our finances. We've been married for 20 years now. And once we did that, I feel like God said, hey, now that you guys are on the same page with your money, now that you guys are both being good stewards over your finances, you're showing your son how to be good steward over his finances. Now I'm going to give you more. So I believe that testimony is going to be able to help other people, other married folks who didn't know about money growing up, like a lot of us, and showing them that, hey, there are people, again, who look like you, who are successful with money, who work together. And when you work in partnership with your partner, then good things happen, because you guys can hold each other accountable. You guys can dream together. You guys can work together. It makes your communication better. Like, it's a lot of different things that work together when you're working together.
Now, that's another conversation. I got to bring your wife in to educate some couples out there, because that's a big challenge to communication, right? So that's dope that you guys were able to communicate to get it to the place that you wanted it to be. And how dope was it for you to then turn into a crusade of not just trying to help yourself, but trying to help others and doing free classes? And a lot of times people be like, those are your prices? When I was offering it free before, and now, you know, I'm also trying to make a living off of it too, because we can't make it off of thank yous and I love yous, because that doesn't work at the water or the gas department, right? So we have to pay for the services. And again, it's well worth it for somebody that has been tried and true in the trenches of knowing what to tell you, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think too, I was of the mindset, I believe I had a poverty mindset, even though I was trying to build wealth. And the poverty mindset is, I'm going to keep all my money and I'm going to try to figure it out on my own. And if you want a shortcut to wherever you're trying to go, you need mentorship. And I've been paying for mentorship for probably the last 3-4 years now. And it has shortcutted me to be able to get in front of you guys, because before I got the mentorship, I didn't have a podcast. I wasn't trying to talk in front of anybody. And now I'm talking in front of over 1,000 people at the church that you attended. Which is the reason why I'm here today. You know what I'm saying? So having mentorship and somebody who's going to be able to fast track you to where you want to be, as long as you listen, it's beneficial. So,
and the dopeness of the mentor that is not trying to hold back anything, but they're freely giving that information to really help you is really important as well. But you have to listen.
Yeah. And two, listen, this is not a money grab for me at all. So the podcast, which is free, I have free information on my website that doesn't cost you a dime. All you have to do is use it. Now, after you go through what you saw, you know, what you watched, and the free budget forms and things of that nature that you go through, and you find out that you can't do it on your own, then pay somebody. Pay to get it done. Like we can walk through it together and we can get it done, but you got to come up off the coins.
That's it.
To make more.
And you got to pay for peace. It saves you in the long run, right? You stressing yourself out because you don't know what to do. And he's like, hey, I'm trying to help you. If you believe plan, we can execute. Sure. You know, but trying to hit a conversation. Okay. So another thing you said was talking about markets and the thing about markets is sometimes you feel like it's a gamble. Some friends, they was like, come on, let's get in this parlay. I was like, I don't know what that is. And I feel like I'd be upset if I lost $5. I know $5 might not seem like a lot, but the thing is, what you could have won had you won over that $5, you could be disheartened and things that sort. And that could be hard as well, of gamble. Will it work out? Will it not work out? How did you navigate that? Because sometimes I'm sure there are some wins, but there are some losses, and then it's like maybe I should sit this out.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I know that investing, if you blindly put your money in things, then you will probably lose it. But I use the method of the 401k, because I have a 9-to-5 job as well, and invest in a 401k. But then I also understood that the first 3 years of the job that I'm at now, I've been there for 18 years. I did not invest in my 401k. And I look at my portfolio now, and it's decent, but I'm just thinking to myself how much money I lost in those 3 years that I didn't invest, when the stock price of my company was $24, which it had multiple stock splits, and now it's over $200 a share. So like I lost a lot of money just paying attention to what I didn't do. So to combat that, what I did with my son and his cousins is I started teaching them about the stock market, having them invest $25 a month so then they can see their account going up and down and up and down. And they're young right now. So then when they get out there on their own, then they can already understand what the market does because they've been there before. They've been paying attention for the last, 6, 7, 10 years, whatever the case may be. And they'll already know, don't pull your money out if the market's red. Buy more if you believe in the company and nothing's changed. Like the CEO is not sleeping with his secretary, things of that nature, because that changes the face of the company. So like if you understand that, nothing's changed with your thesis on why you bought the company in the first place and you see it going down, buy more. And then once it goes back up, then you'll be happy that you did it. But it's all about understanding trends and patterns and doing your own little bit of research here and there to make sure that you're investing in the right thing. So
you said something that was interesting. 401ks, and 403bs and things of that sort. And jobs offer it, but we're not always educated on what it really means, right? How much we should be given. They say that they match, and sometimes we're not even given the full of what they do match so that we could get the full benefits of what the company is trying to give us, right? I will say kudos to my company. They have now connected with some financial people where they'll have them come in and like review your documents. A lot of jobs don't do that though, right? So we're out here blindly thinking that we're doing good and our retirement is going to be amazing because we also got Social Security that we may or may not have. So what are some words of wisdom for us to do better for our 401ks, so that we can also retire and be like, okay, I'm all right.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So now this is where it may come off harsh.
Ooh, we're ready.
If you see, and I'm not going to name the name of the store, if you see people asking for receipts at big box stores, they're older people, right? Like, hey, can I see your receipt before you leave out the store?
Yeah.
You think that they want to be there? No. It's a lot of times people work past retirement age it's because they didn't set their lives up to be able to retire comfortably. So I'm the type of person that I always like to look at other people's wins and losses to then design my life that way so I can either make the same mistakes that they did or repeat the winning patterns that they're currently doing. So I talk to family and friends that are close to retirement age or retired, and they did not set their lives up to a way where they can retire comfortably because they just didn't know.
Yeah.
So if I know that, I need to do something different than what they did. You know what I'm saying? So what we need to do is, if we know that we don't want to live that way and we may have spending issues and we don't invest, the easiest thing to do is to do the opposite of what you saw growing up or what you see. Now, once you start seeking information to do better, then the teacher, I promise you, will appear, or the resources, the YouTube channels, or mentorship, or you'll get connected with the right person. But you have to have the willingness to want to do better and actually do something about it. Not just pray, oh well, God's going to take care of it. Yeah, he'll bless me. But you have answers right in front of you. All you have to do is act. And a lot of us are afraid to act. They just want the blessings to come without action.
You done said a mouthful.
Pardon me. I'm sorry.
No, we appreciate it. Thank you for helping us. And Crystal, she said, how about a TSP?
Any type of investing, I'm going to say, you got to do it. So is that offered at your job? Yes.
Not sure. It's in the comments. Got to see when she come back.
Okay.
So what is a TSP?
What I would say is, if it's offered at your job, then I would take it. Like if it's a 401k, 403b, TSP, any type of investment vehicle that's offered at your job, then I would take advantage of it. So we had 401k at my job. I'm taking advantage of it. I'm also investing on my own as well.
Mm.
So we got to invest something. Now, what I'll tell you too is that investing on your own is obviously going to be a good thing as well, because we also know that jobs are not secure.
Mm.
So people are losing their jobs left and right. The government's has a shutdown. There's a lot of different things that are going on in our economy, like AI is taking over.
Mm.
You have a lot of people just downsizing. You go through the big box stores now, and you're doing a lot of your self checkouts. You're going to supermarkets. You're doing a lot of self checkouts. So that means that the people who were checking you out before
Mm-hmm.
are not there anymore.
Yeah.
So we have to start investing on our own, and that will give you the ability to make more money outside of your job. So God forbid they try to get rid of you for whatever reason, then you'll already have something. You'll already have your money making money for you.
Gotcha. All right. Friends, we got to maximize the benefits they're trying to give us so that we can get all the coins that we can get. We can't leave coins on the table.
Yeah.
But if you don't know how to use the coins or work the coins, you want to reach out to this professional here.
So that's why. So I'm not. So just I wanted to correct something that you said earlier, and I apologize. I should have done that before.
No worries.
I am not a financial planner. Like that's like I don't have any licenses or anything like that. What I do is I will show you how to set up a budget.
Okay.
And then show you how to reduce your expenses. So therefore, the things that you want to do, pay off your house, send your kid to school so he doesn't have any student loans. If you want to invest in a business, if you want to invest on your own in the stock market and real estate, whatever you want to do, if you're able to reduce your expenses, then you will have money to do that. And we'll come up with a plan together that you're comfortable with executing to get that done. Also, if you are a beginner investor, I will show you the different tips and tricks, things that I stumbled over as a beginner investor, different things that I can show you on what companies that may be a good idea. And I'm not going to tell you, hey, invest in this company. What companies may be a good idea based on what your temperament is for investing, because everybody has a different temperament for investing. So, yeah.
I feel like that budgeting and reducing expenses. I've been reducing some subscriptions that I have that I'm not using. You know, we get Netflix, then we got to have Hulu, then we got to have Disney, then we got to have Peacock, Paramount, all these different things, and we're not watching them. So that's the small things to start reducing, because those $10 a month add up. And sometimes if you're not careful, before I knew it, Netflix was taking $15. I said, wait, this should be $8. So again,
yeah. And that's the thing. So with the actual budget, a lot of people say, well, budgeting is scary, but you have to have control over your money based on the quote that you said earlier, right? And what we're doing when we're budgeting, we're not just paying our bills. We're not doing that, because a lot of people say, yeah, I budget. You probably don't. Meaning that if you're budgeting, you're just basically paying your bills. You have your income, you have your expenses all lined out, and you pay your bills. Whatever's left over, you blow the rest of the money. And that's how we don't have money left over at the end of the year. You're doing our taxes. You're like, oh, well, I made 150,000. Great. But I only have $1,000 in my account. Why is that? Because you didn't tell your money exactly where to go. So when I'm talking about budgeting, I'm talking about line items for everything. Gas, lunch money for your kid, spending money for yourself, reducing your expenses by paying down your debt, tithes and offerings at church, electric bill, mortgage, all the things that you would spend money on. And then whatever money is left over, that money gets dumped on top of your debt. That's how you reduce your expenses. So that's what we're going to be doing. And then whatever debt you have, just think about that. You might think, oh my God, that's a lot. But think about how much consumer debt you have: credit cards, student loans, car payment, blah, 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 blah. Let's just say it's $1,000 total in monthly expenses. What could you do with that extra $1,000 after you're done paying that stuff off? And you can then be giving yourself the interest as opposed to paying the bank interest of whoever owns those notes, because you're making them rich and not yourself. So that's an extra $12,000 in this example per year that you
Yeah.
could be making move in the market or
Yeah.
saving for a trip, doing something nice for yourself. Like there's so many different possibilities for you, but we have to move towards where we want to be in order to see that that's possible.
I agree with Crystal. Oh Lord, I need help. I feel like he on my roll and stepping on my toes, and I like it, but don't like it at the same time.
Yeah.
Because so I'll put myself out there. I'm the person you're talking to. Y'all can drop your comments and let me know I'm not by myself. Thank y'all.
Be nice in the comments, please. Be nice.
But like school loans, right? They had the loan forgiveness program. So after 10 years working for the company, you get them wiped out, right? So one morning I was like, hey, they didn't start taking out payments again. What's going on? Let me check it out. And they had taken some away. I was like, cool, it's been reduced. I'm grateful because it was higher than that. So if it's lower, I see you, Jesus. I take it, it's a blessing. But then some months later, I checked it again and it said $0.00. I said, Jennifer Harris. So I logged out, logged back in, logged out. I had to make sure I was in the right account. I don't know who else account it was for my credentials, right? So I was blessed that those was removed. But it oftentimes feels like once you get one thing removed, it is something else that comes along that swipes what you were trying to do. But the part of you saying like really being intentional, like, paying off your credit card, not going out to eat, there's food at home, mama saying, do you have McDonald's money? I was like, Jennifer, do you have McDonald's money? No, you need to eat at home. It does seem hard sometimes, but when you are committed to not having that poverty mindset, not living paycheck to paycheck, not feeling like you got to rob Peter to pay Paul and then rob Paul again to pay Peter. It's a lot going on and it does get overwhelming, but there is light at the end of the tunnel if you really want to get out.
That 1,000%, 1,000%. And to my wife, she grew up in the projects. Me, I grew up, I like there wasn't like we had a lot of people in the house. And so like she had a lot of people in her house as well. Like I'm saying all that to say we didn't grow up well off. So I'm saying that to say that if we can do that, then you can do it. You can do it as well. Like since we were intentional, to your point, we paid off our house. We have a pool in our backyard. All of our cars are paid off. Student loans, everything's wiped out, done. It's paid off. And what I was telling you earlier about how we were good stewards over our finances, then God blessed us with money to be able to give us the desires of our heart by paying our house off. Like it was always a goal since we moved in a house in 2016. And it was always a goal from 2017 on till we paid our house off in 2023 that we wanted to do this. But once we partnered together, and God showed me money that I had no idea that I had at all. And I believe that it happened because we were being good stewards over our finances. We were being faithful. And if I had waited one more year to find that money, the money would have been gone. Like it was stocks from my job that I didn't know that I had. And they had been there for 9 years, just growing. And I found out about it. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. This is going to be the thing that's going to help us pay our house off. And I believe again that we think that we have to do it all on our own. But I believe that once we start being good stewards, then God will then add his to ours and then we'll accomplish our goals.
Let's sit here for a second. Because I wrote that down of being a good steward, then you get more. Because if you're not being a good steward, you're going to frustrate, agitate, irritate yourself of how this money keeps slipping through your fingers. But when you're a good steward, then you can get more, you can hold more, you can maintain more. God can give you more. And I remember from your sermon that day, the component was, yes, having the money, but also seeking God. Right. Yes. And you were sharing how it was a situation where you felt like you heard, you didn't quite hear, and then you did. It was like, oh, I was not supposed to do that. So can we talk about the importance of consulting the consultor, before making moves too? Because sometimes we're doing stuff and that ain't what we're supposed to be doing.
That's a fact. Like think about the time where you wanted to do something and then something on the inside said, nah, that's not a good idea. Yeah. And then you go against what the something said to you, and then you did it anyway. And you ended up suffering loss, relationships, money, whatever it was, you lost, right? And so when I read the Bible, there's so many different gems in there about how either a prophet or somebody of God told somebody to do something or not to do something. They did it anyway. They suffered loss. Or if he told them to do something that was going to be to their benefit, they did it. They won, or a people won as a result of their obedience. So I make sure that anytime I'm doing something, investments, trips, just doing different things, I'm always consulting. Now, you may not hear anything audibly, and that's fine. But if you get a piece on the inside to say, hey, if I do this, and if you feel anxious about it, then it's probably a bad idea.
Yeah.
But if you get a piece about doing it, then that's probably an indication that you need to do it or do it. And then if you see a pattern of you doing this and you winning, then you keep doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I always I incorporate that in my investment strategies. I incorporate that in my trips where I'm going on vacation, like everything, because the one thing I don't want to happen is for somebody to for me to misrepresent God because I did something that I knew I shouldn't have done. And then they say, oh, well, he's a believer and he's losing all the time. So when people it's more attractive, and I think I said this in the sermon as well, like it's more attractive for somebody who's a non-believer to look at a believer that's winning. Because then that may say, okay, well, if God is being faithful to him and he's being faithful to God and God is allowing him to win as a result of the faithfulness, then why can't I do the same thing?
Yeah.
So just trying to and I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. So I don't want that to be the thing that comes off, but I do my best to make sure that I'm representing the right way, if that makes sense. So
friends, that was a mouthpiece, a mouthful of that, of really consulting and like trusting our inner gut. Because sometimes they're saying no, don't do it, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna try, and then you get burned. You're like, because you shouldn't have did it. You have to be able to trust that. You have to be able to have that moment because we're so quick in all areas, relationships, jobs, with our families, with friends, you know.
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
Even okay, so the investment piece a couple months ago. And I talked about it in the service. I was going to invest in this company, and I was going to invest in the company, and then I heard, don't do it. I got an anxious feeling. I went against it, and I suffered thousands of dollars in loss. But I repented.
Yeah,
that's another thing too. Like, don't just go along with saying, "Oh, well, I messed up. Whatever, it's over." No, repent and just and try your best not to do it again. And God is faithful, and because He had me invest in other areas, and I made the money back up.
Yeah.
So pride allowed me to do it because I'm like, okay, well, I'm winning. I'm gonna go ahead and invest in this thing anyway, even though I got the feeling, the anxious feeling on the inside. I got the check not to do it. I did it anyway, and I suffered thousands of dollars in loss, but I repented.
Yeah.
And then God opened doors for me to be able to invest in other things and got the money right back. So
I love it. That repent part, like, I'm sorry, I messed up. I did not follow what you told me to do. I'm listening now. I got a friend. She was like, I was trying to tell you. I said, I know I wasn't listening, but I'm listening now. Because we don't have to go down some of these roads that we're going down. Or we think like, oh, I want to do, is that pride? Or it's like, oh, I'm grown. I can do what I want to do. Baby, you go ahead. I don't want them shirts no more. I don't want them keychains.
Yeah.
Because it's not a fun experience when we don't have to go through that.
And it's a bad witness. It's a bad witness for other people to say, oh, ooh, now I'm cool. God, I'm cool on that God stuff. I'm good.
Yes. Okay. We got some questions. Crystal said, how does a person open an IRA without working for a company?
So you can actually go to what I would do, I'm not giving you financial advice. What I would do, I use Fidelity, and you can go to Fidelity or any brokerage and open up an IRA. Like it's that simple. So it's kind of like opening up a bank account. And now you just need to pick the companies that you want to invest in and fund it with those companies.
Gotcha.
And if you're not comfortable, there are professionals, not me. I'm not one of those professionals, there are professionals out there that can help you out and get those IRAs set up. So with my son, he has a 529 plan. And what I saw was that they had IRAs where I opened up the 529 plan up. So I opened up the IRA. They had a minimum amount that that they were accepting. So I put that minimum amount in, and I haven't touched the money, and it has tripled since I put the money in 2016. So I'm saying that to say that if you do want to set up an IRA, and I would just go ahead and just do it. I would go ahead and do it because you will win. So any type of investing, sow the seed, continue sowing seeds. And I said it in the service too. And I didn't come up with this on my own.
Yeah.
If you continue to sow seeds, you will never go hungry. Think about that. Keep sowing seeds. Keep investing. Keep doing the right things with your money. Being a good steward, you will never go hungry. Thank you.
Oh, so good, so good, so good. Crystal said, "Child, that's me. My loans are out of control, and I'm getting older, and the amount I can't afford." So it sounds like that's when budgeting comes in place for us to remove some things, huh?
1000%. Now, I'm so glad she said that. Thank you so much for your honesty and your transparency, because you're not the only one, right?
Right.
So I think once we get on the journey too, we try to live the same lifestyle that we were living before we found out that we had a problem. So going to the mall, doing all the different things, swiping credit cards and all that stuff. And then, ooh, I got a problem. Okay, so now I'm going to attack the problem, and I'm still going to go to the mall. I'm still going to eat out. I'm still going to do all these different things. And we try to do everything all at once.
Yeah.
That's when we have to sacrifice for the greater good of where we're trying to be long term.
Yeah.
Because you can't do everything all at once.
Right.
So we have to slow down. Because I know it may be tough for some people, because just going cold turkey doesn't work for everybody.
Right.
But if your why is bigger than your feelings, you can get it done. I will say that too. So start slow, start small, start reducing the amount of times that you go to the mall or eat out and things of that nature, and then start shifting that money towards your lowest bill. Like the extra. I'm talking about like pay your minimum payments, but then dump the extra on top of the smallest bill. And then that's when you'll start building momentum, because once you knock that smallest bill off, then you can take the next one, and then take the next one, and take the next one. And as soon as you know it, you're dumping hundreds of dollars on your largest bill, and then you can knock it off fairly quickly. And that's the power of focus. Like you focus on the one thing, you'll knock it down. You focus on the next thing, you knock that down, and then so forth and so on.
The power of focus, because we get distracted, because we're like, oh, this is sell, or I deserve it. And friends,
Man.
Yes, you do deserve some things sometimes, but you also got to be smart with it. You can't deserve something every day.
Facts. Yeah.
You know, you go in the mall, you go for one store, then you see something else, you got all these bags, and I got more shopping to do now. No, you need to go home. I need to shop in my own closet.
And that too, oh man, that too is pride.
Yeah.
Knowing that you don't have the money, but you go to the mall anyway to buy something for somebody to ooh and ah. Like, ooh, girl, that's such a nice purse or shoes or shirt or jeans or whatever. Nobody cares what you have on. I wear a t-shirt and jeans, and I have money. And so I don't care what people think. Like, and that's the thing I think with age too. Like the older I get, I care so much less about what people think. I used to buy the Gucci's and the Louis and all. I used to do all that stuff. And I'm not saying I won't buy it from time to time still.
Right.
But that's not the top of my focus. My focus is to set myself up and my family up for long-term success. And the only way you can do that is sow some more seeds.
Ooh. So good.
Yeah.
So budgeting. Let's go back to the bad word that you hit us with so early on.
Let's go.
That we don't always like. I do want to share your website again, because you do have some amazing resources over there.
Thank you.
And as we're coming into the end of the year, this was so timing as well because, for the holidays, I'm like, oh, I got to buy this for this person. I got to buy this for this person. I saw the meme and it said, I checked my bank account. It looks like everybody's getting a hug. And some of us need to
That's
use
good.
that.
I like that.
Some of us need to use that a little bit more because we're going above and beyond for things that sometimes people don't need. It's your presence being there, your love being there. There's other ways that you could give gifts where it's not about the money all the time, especially when you don't have it.
Yeah,
Let's talk
absolutely.
about, as we're going into this holiday season, how to be conscious of what we have the capacity to do and what we don't have the capacity to do.
Yeah, and that's another thing with the bad word that we talked about that we don't take into account. You can make a Christmas fund in your budget. You can put a vacation fund in your budget only if your budget allows for it. Now, if you're trying to knock down some goals and you're drowning in debt, that's not the time to start buying stuff for people. You need to be honest with people and understand. And if they love you, they will understand. And hopefully they may be in the same situation that you are, and you may encourage them to, oh, well, Jen's not buying Christmas gifts because she has goals. Let me hop on board with what she's doing. And then that's how the spark happens with you and your family. It only takes one person to do it.
You're right.
And to see success in the thing, and then other people will start asking you like, yo, how did you do what you did? So I think, again, we think that budgeting is a bad word, but there are so many different opportunities for you to win with money as a result of you budgeting, like a giving fund too. So we have, my wife and I, we have a giving fund. So if we see that somebody has a need and we're led to give to that person or organization or whatever the case may be, then we'll do it. But once that money's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
And we can't spend any more than what we have in that line item.
I like it. Friends, we got to be intentional. We want to get out of debt. We want to get out of poverty thinking. We got to change that stinking thinking and get that power of our focus.
Agreed.
So many good things. What were some other questions I have? Friends, again, if you have any questions, drop them down below. When we got him, he was able to give us some nidbits and tidbits, needed. But again, feel free to go to his Instagram at Che.Willis or go to his website, Wealth is a Journey, because it is a journey and I don't want us to give up. So let's talk about that, because some of us last December, we said, oh, I'm going to do better with my finances. This was my resolution for the year. And we started off great in January, maybe even in February. And then March came. And it possibly fell. And I'm being gracious because some of us might have stopped in January.
Yeah, the second day or the second week.
Yeah. And then we started back up when Lent came. Some people that celebrate Lent, they go those 40 days and things. And I'm not throwing any shade to it. Like, we pick up these goals that we have and then we drop them. But finances is so important. It's like, well, it'll work out. I don't want you to. It'll work out. I want you to be comfortable in your life. I remember when I moved back to Philly, didn't have a job. I was here at tow truck. I'm like, oh, are they taking my car? Because I hadn't paid the note yet, know? But I don't want us to have to live like that. I want us to be intentional. So those that have dropped the ball of securing our finances and having power of our finances, what can help us as we go into this last quarter of the year, as we finish out this year and push this into January and beyond?
I would say first, give yourself grace, because if you were not taught how to do a thing, then you can't know how to do a thing. But again, if you take a step towards it, then things will open up to you and possibilities will open up to you that you didn't know existed because you weren't paying attention. So if you are that person, it's okay. But we can't stay there either. You can't say, oh, well, my finances are already messed up, so I'm gonna go ahead and swipe these credit cards anyway, because you're only digging yourself a deeper hole. And you may not care now, but you will later when you're asking for receipts. Can I please have a receipt, sir or ma'am, please? So understand that again, the reason that we're paying down the smallest one is because we're trying to build momentum. And the reason I think people give up is because they don't see quick wins. We live in this microwave society and we don't see the wins right away. And we have to understand that it is a journey. And I believe that God gave me wealth as a journey because it is a journey. It's not something that, it's going to take you 5 minutes to get to. Did it take you 5 minutes to get in $5,000 in credit card debt or student loans or whatever it is? No, it did not.
It did not.
But if you walk through it, hopefully you'll learn the lessons. And that's another thing, man. Like, there's so much beauty in the actual journey. Like, getting to the destination is great, but all the lessons that you learn along the way, that's the beauty, because that will give you testimony after testimony after testimony after testimony of what you can tell somebody else, of how you did what you did, what roadblocks, what potholes were along the journey. So then you can help the people who are coming behind you. And I talk about that all the time, like gatekeeping information and all that. Like, no, we're not doing that. That's how we're going to get ahead as a society. We learn something and then we give the information out. Take it. Free. Here, take it. Now, if you need additional help, then that's another conversation. But like, we can't give up so fast, man. Like, and I see it, like, even with my podcast, are the views up to where I would like them to be? Absolutely not. But I understand that the information that I'm giving is important. And the bigger goal is to continue on being consistent, because that's another thing too. Like, we're not consistent, and what consistency will get you. So if we're consistent in the thing, then I believe that good things will happen. But I believe, back to my prior point, that we give up too fast. So we got to keep going, man. We got to go.
Man, so many good points, friends. Eva Crystal said, she said, you got to have him back. He dropping some gems. Friends, you can also make sure you follow as he's sharing. He has a podcast where he's sharing some nuggets of wisdom. I'm going to pop that in mind so I can listen to it. I'm also going to go through some resources, but I have another question here. First, I want to give a shout out to Mama Wanda. Hey, Mama Wanda. Mama Wanda cares. The first time that we started and has been a fan ever since, and she was so excited we're back. She said she finally found us. Thank you for tuning in, Mama Wanda. Okay. Crystal is on it tonight. She said she works for the government and everyone knows we're in a shutdown. This has made me think about saving because I live paycheck to paycheck to paycheck.
Okay.
Where do I start?
All right. So where I would start is setting up an actual budget, right? So again, there's free resources on my website. There is a budget Excel tool, free Excel tool, and there's a how-to video as well. How to set it up, how to do it. Now, what I would do if I were you is after you take care of your 4 walls, your electricity, your heat, your food, all those different things, something has to go.
Yeah.
Like, something has to go. And then once you figure that part out, then that money gets stashed away. And we have to build an emergency fund, like after the government opens back up. And I don't know if they're going to pay you back pay or anything like that. I don't know how that works, but we have to set ourselves up with an emergency fund too for those rainy days, because we know rain's gonna come. It's only a matter of time. Like, even though we are where we are financially, things happen for us as well, or happen to us as well. But life will always dictate to those who don't prepare. So whatever life throws at you, it's going to dictate how you move if you don't prepare for it. So we have to prepare for those times. And hopefully after the government opens back up, you'll be doing different things with your money, because you know how it feels to be in a situation now. Hopefully you will never want to go back there again. So now we just need to move a little different. But that's what I would do. I would set the budget up and go that route first. That's what I would do.
Awesome. Friends, we got this.
Yes. Yeah, you do.
So I have a 3-part question for you, because I want to hit all learning styles, right? So for our readers, what are some books that you would recommend?
Okay. All right. Oh man. Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. That's the one that got me on my journey to living debt free. Oh man, Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill is my all-time favorite book, hands down. Anything that Napoleon Hill writes, I'm reading it. Okay. So Outwitting the Devil, that's a gem. Like, the title may throw you off, but as you start reading the book, you're going to be like, oh my God, this is me. I can see that this happened to my grandmother. I can see this
Mm-hmm.
happen to my mom. Like all the different things in the book, and you will be able to identify with so many things that go on that book and see how the enemy is trying to set you up for failure.
Mm.
I'm telling, bro, that book is amazing. Yo, get that book immediately.
Got you. I'm on it. So for our listeners, what are some podcasts that you recommend? Obviously yours. We need to tune in.
Yeah. Oh, 1000%. Wealth is a Journey podcast on YouTube. 1000%. It depends on where you are in life. I mean, because I listen to investing podcasts, I listen to podcasters, not for their content, but for their content, but at the same time, their tonality, how they articulate their points, and I'm studying how so I can be a better podcaster. So it just depends on for financial things, Wealth is Journey podcast, since we're talking about finances. What's Dave Ramsey's podcast? The Dave Ramsey Show. That one for me. There's the Bigger Money Pockets podcast. Because there's different people who use debt and things of that nature. They're talking about investing. I listen to Secret to Success podcast. That's the Eric Thomas podcast. I listen to Social Proof podcast. That's my mentor, Dave Shands. So those are a few that'll hopefully help.
Got you. Yeah. So now for our viewers, are there any videos? Are these podcasts visual videos or just hearing audio?
Yeah. There's video. Yeah, there's video, audio. So on mine, on YouTube, and then I'm also on all streaming platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music. So it's all there. So however you want to digest the information is there for you. And we're on episode 133 or 134. I'm just dropping them in. But yeah, 134, I believe.
We on it. Yeah. Crystal said, Jen, can you send it to me? Yes, I'm going to do a little image and share it tomorrow with the recommended podcasts and the recommended books. And when y'all get them and y'all read them, y'all tell me as I get them and read them too, okay? So I got you covered. So friends, we're going to start wrapping up shortly, but I do see a couple more questions. If you have any, please do drop them down below. So Crystal did say, yes, she'll get the back pay. She felt unprepared, but she's going to use that tool. Thank you.
Very good. Very good.
Awesome. Hey, Keisha. She says, do you have examples of how to set up a budget on your website?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's all there. It's there's free budget tools. So if you click that, everything will be there. And there's some things on there for kids too.
I like it.
So it could be a family affair. So because again, when we were growing up, my money is my money. I wouldn't dare ask my mom how much money she made, or my dad, or whatever the case may be, because like that's how they grew up. But now I'm telling my son everything I know about finances and all that stuff, because I don't want him growing up and having to figure it out when he has a resource right here. So we need to operate the same way. Good, bad, ugly. We got to tell our kids.
And I just want to take a moment to say thank you for that. As I shared, I grew up in a church. So in church, they tell us, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. But they don't tell you why to do this. Or if you do this, the consequences or the emotional tags that come with some of those things. But really having a conversation of, if you spend all your money, you don't have them, or you have to wait to the next check. Or when we got our first job and got that first check, it was like, it's still I was supposed to get 500, but it says 150. What's happening, and trying to learn that we weren't taught these things even in school, so we have been blindly leading each other. But now that we have come into the light to know things, it's really important for us to share, to let them know, hey, if you have this much, this is how you budget, teaching them how to set aside 10%, teaching them how to give to others, teach them how to save and not just spend because you got it. Because I definitely have got, a check where I was like, hey, I'm just going to treat myself. My bills are paid, I could do that. But if they're not paid, I should not be doing it. So again, us using wisdom in that. So again, I thank you.
And I'm guilty of it too. Like I said, man, I was getting a little bit of money out here, and I thought I was, I was doing some things. I told a story on my podcast. I bought a pair of Gucci rain boots. Listen, man, I'm a grown man. I have no business wearing rain boots. And I bought them because they was Gucci, and I'm like, I'm fly. But after I looked at it, I'm like, fam, what were you thinking?
Yeah.
But you live and you learn. You live and you learn.
You do.
Yeah.
Because we all bought something because we're like, oh, I got it and I can get it. And it's still sitting in the box. Or we got tags on it. My church, they had like a flea market and a tape was $10. I took a table and I sold everything for $1 because at least it got out of my house and I got something back.
There you go.
And then everything else went to the Goodwill. So again, finding ways to get rid of
the
best way you know.
Absolutely.
So this is so good. Thank you for joining us. What are some words of wisdom you want us to walk away with?
Words of wisdom, that wealth isn't for white people, because a lot of us think that too. It's for whoever goes after it and whoever wants it, and you can do it, but how bad do you want it? I don't know the amount of times you talk to somebody and they say, yeah, I want this, but their actions say the complete opposite of what they say that they want. And that tells me that you really just like to talk about it. And if that's the case, that's fine. But just understand that you can do it. It just takes a little bit of action and then seeing a little bit of result to keep you going. And then you see a little more result, then you keep going, and you see a little more, and then you keep going. And that's what happened with me and my wife. 7.5 years later, we paid our house off. Like these things are happening for people who look like you. And you can do it, but it will take some sacrifice. It will take some saying no to certain things for the time being, not forever, for the time being. But the overall theme is you can do it. But how bad do you want it?
How bad do you want it? Whew. Belinda said that is so powerful. Action show what you want. You know, friends, we got some homework to do. We got some homework, some evaluation to do. You know, I always say Michael Jackson said, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. We got to get in front of the mirror to say, do you want to be broke? Do you not want to be broke?
Yeah. And if you want to, that's fine.
Fine.
It's not, but
you know,
it'll have to be, right?
You know, I say, if you like it, I love it.
Yeah, there you go. But just know, exactly. But just know the likelihood of you asking for receipts is high. If you don't get it, I'm telling you. And I don't want that for you. I don't want that for anybody.
You know, I don't want that for anybody. That's my least favorite position that they had there. Because I'd be ready to get out and they be like, can I see a receipt? I didn't steal nothing, you know. But I get it. It's their job.
Are they really gonna stop you? Are you gonna be dragging somebody? Like, come on.
Some do. They become real outside security. And I get it. That's your job. I don't want to give you no problems. So I've been really diligent to make sure I give them my receipt. Security, whoever. I mean, they could watch you ring up everything and see you pay for everything and then still ask for it. I'm gonna let y'all do your job. Because when I gotta do my job, I want y'all to let me do my job too. So I get it. But yeah, I get it. This was so good. Friends, y'all be sure to follow Che Willis on Instagram. So Crystal shares, she's already following.
Thank you.
The goodness of it is that he's always dropping nuggets. This is what he does every day, obviously, because it's in his heart to be able to share with others. So you guys be sure to follow him on Instagram. Be sure to go to his website, wealthisajourney.com. Again, there are some free resources. But hey, if you feel like after reading the resources or listening to the podcast, you want to ask some questions, reach out, you know, ask for a consultation. And sometimes this is a big investment in yourself and it's really important for us to invest. You know, I hate you to lose out on thousands of dollars. I hate for you to just keep on dropping the ball. I hate for you to keep on missing out. When you got somebody here that's willing and able to help guide you. And as he shared, if it's not his lane, he's directing you to who the person is. And that is most commendable because so many people be like, oh, yeah, I can help you with that. And then you find out they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're doing. We don't want that. That's not what you're getting here.
It's another bad witness. Another bad witness.
And we don't want that. So again, y'all be sure to follow. I will post the books and the podcast tomorrow. Probably do like a QR code so you can be able to click on the links and things of that sort, because I'm helping us all get our things together. The end of the year is coming and we want to be fresh for January. But you know what? We can be fresh for tomorrow. You know, pack your lunch tonight, friends.
Yes, please. I still pack my lunch.
You know,
I still pack my lunch. And again, we're in a good financial position, but I still pack my lunch.
Yeah, it's wisdom in it. I work downtown, so if I don't pack my lunch, I'm spending $15, you know, to get a meal and things of that sort. And then I'm trying to push it later to the day, so that way it just be lunch and dinner, and then I got a bang for my buck.
That's right.
But I could just pack my lunch, pack a little breakfast, pack a little snack, just go grocery shopping. I get it, it's expensive there, but budget, for your food and things of that sort. And buying at the grocery store and cooking lasts longer than that one restaurant trip.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And it'll keep you more healthy because you know what ingredients you put in there. So you'll hopefully live longer as a result of you saving money and cooking your own food at home. It all works. Like there's so many different gems.
And then you can save up to get some Gucci rain boots.
No, don't do that. Please. Please don't do that.
I love it. Oh, this was so good. I do thank you again so much for joining. Again, I also thank you because, again, as I share your sermon, really motivated me to get back in the race of sharing these resources. And to those that tuned in, I do hope that something you heard was empowering and encouraging, because that's what we're all about, and bringing the community to you. I was like, people need to hear this. People need to know that they too can get out of debt. People need to know that they can pay off things. You got to have that power of focus. You got to have that sacrifice. And sometimes we don't want to sacrifice. But I promise, if you sacrifice for this little moment, it pays off big in the long run.
Yes.
So good. I thank you again so much for joining us. I hope you have a great evening. I'll be following and I'll be sharing and keeping this message going to others.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. And guys, let's get it. Let's go, man. It's go time. Please.
Yes. Oh, thank you again. Have a good one.
You too. Thank you.
Oh, friends, I hope that you enjoyed tonight. I have enjoyed tonight. I mean, I learned so much. I don't even know what to say. I got to keep my notes together. And again, I'm going to share the books and everything with you. Don't forget our quote of the day. Our quote of the day is, our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed. I don't think that was the right quote. Is it? It is. If we just try one more time. I think I changed that. Hold on. Let me go to my notes. The quote of the day was, you must gain control over your money, or the lack of it will forever control you. Now, that other one was a good one. But tonight, our quote is, you got to gain control over your money, or the lack of it will control you forever. And I don't want that to happen to you, friends. So make sure that you are gaining control of your money. As shared, Jen Cares is back twice a month right now. We're seeing how it goes. People have been excited as it continues to build. Maybe we'll bring it back weekly again. But right now, we're just trying to make sure we get some information to you. Be sure to join us at our next episode on October 27th, as we will have Chaz Ortiz talking about God Made. And his story is amazing of stepping out and starting a brand. So I'm excited to have him. It's going to be amazing. So friends, y'all join us on Monday, October 27th at 8 p.m. With Chaz Ortiz as we talk about God Made. That's all I got for y'all. Y'all get y'all budget together. Y'all better go to that website, check out those resources. I'm going to share again the website, the books, the resources, because I believe in you and I want us all to win. I'm not gatekeeping over here. We are sharing it with everybody. So I hope that you do take notes from what happened tonight and that you take it with you in tomorrow. I love you all for real. Until next time, good night.
Thanks for joining Jen Cares this week. Special thanks to our sponsors, Swag Her Magazine and Chosen Counselors, guests, and viewers. Such a good conversation. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you found value in today's show, we'd appreciate your sharing it with a friend and dropping a comment down below. Until next time.